We love when people send us topics. So if you have one, please send it to me or Kirby. Just tell us on Facebook. I'm not going to give out email addresses. All right, Kirby. And that is not Kirby playing the theme song to the Promo Upfront podcast. That would be the one and only Jason Noakes, the founder and president of Promo Pulse. But I digress. Welcome to episode number 21 of the Promo Upfront podcast, your day after Thanksgiving salve for all that hurts you. I am one of your hosts, Bill Petrie. With me, as always, the general of gobbling and giblets, the captain of the uncommon yardbird, the master of the mashed potato, the one and only Dr. Kirby Hasseman. Kirby, how the hell are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Pretty well. Normally, I would say that I'd be doing really well leading up to Thanksgiving, which is my favorite holiday historically. But,
yeah,
you know, just like everything else in the 2020 world, this is not the same. Trying to make the best of it and, you know, just enjoying a beverage. How about you?
I'm also enjoying a beverage. It looks like you're having something from Great Lakes. I'm having Tank 7 from our good pals over at Boulevard. I'm going to pour mine in a glass. I just like to drink it that way. Cheers. You have a Christmas ale. I've had the Great Lakes Christmas ale. It's a very good beer.
Yep.
No, I am kind of in the same boat you are as I pay attention to pouring the beer and not spilling it. I'm in the same boat. I feel like, as we talked briefly before we got on here, I feel like I've ground myself to a little bit of a nub work-wise.
Yeah.
And I just need to really disconnect to re-engage my creativity. And I'm looking forward to doing that over the next 3, 4, 5 days, and hope I actually get to do that. Yeah. But you know what's going to be hard to disconnect from, Kirby?
What's that, Bill?
That'd be the Promo Pulse app. I'm going to have a real hard time disconnecting from the world of promo, because that thing is just so gosh darn handy. You know why, Kirby?
Why is that, Bill?
It's right there on my phone, as if it were meant to be. That's why it's called an app, Kirby. It lives there right on your phone, and we talked about it. It's convenient. It has that great search, save, and share button. It's going to give you content from the entire industry, suppliers, distributors, service providers. It's great for ideas, inspiration, and, of course, information. And for you to use, Kirby, I know you use it every day as well.
I do. It's one of the great ways to sort of keep connected to the industry. And we've talked about this before. It's one of those things where it's not only a product-driven thing, but it's also kind of keeping connected with what the thought leaders of the industry are saying. And I just love that.
No question. It's free to use. You can download it either Google Play or the App Store. And they just did an update. So everything's running a hell of a lot faster. Search has been completely overhauled, and it does a much better job of finding what you're looking for using keywords. And it's, as far as I know, it's the only place you can search across the entire promo industry sales and marketing content. And stay tuned. He might, as I cough non-COVIDly, stay tuned, because there might be a really cool announcement coming from our pals at Promo Pulse here in the next couple of weeks. So I want to thank them for their sponsorship and support. So Kirby, it is the day before Thanksgiving. I believe you have the promotional product related topic known as the Promo Upfront topic for the day. I now sit and wait for you to share said topic.
Yeah. So in the interest of transparency, I have a bunch of topics that I haven't given a ton of thought to this week, which that doesn't mean I'm not prepared. It just means that you're going to get a very authentic answer from me.
Right.
So one of the ways that I think this time of the year is my favorite is because I think Thanksgiving has gratefulness built into it. And
it's even got it in the name.
Right. And so one of the topic I wanted to jump into is, like, who are you thankful for in our industry, whether it's mentors, whether it's companies, whether it's individuals. I can go first since I brought up the topic, or I can give it over to you, but just a couple quick name drops of people who have make a difference in the industry for you.
Okay. So people I'm thankful for in the industry. Great topic. I was not prepared for this, so I have no idea what I'm going to say. So I'm just going to go off the top of my head. Very thankful for you. Always willing to do this podcast with me. This is something you and I've done for 4.5 years now, whether it's been unscripted or non-unscripted /promo upfront. So I'm always thankful for you. I'm always thankful for your guidance and what you give me when I have questions or, I'm a little stuck somewhere. You always give me great advice. I'm thankful for Danny Rosen. I'm sure you're going to mention Danny. Danny's always been there for me. Danny, Mark Graham, kind of not interchangeable, but I think of both of them as kind of a unit sometimes. I'm thankful for them. I'm thankful for Bobby Leahy for always inspiring me to write better. He is by far my man crush when it comes to writing in our industry. I think he does such a wonderful job with that. And he's always very kind to give me a compliment, telling me I'm a very good extemporaneous speaker. So, but I think he writes better than I speak extemporaneously. I'm thankful for the friendships I have. I'm thankful for people. I'm just going to throw people's names out: Dana Zezzo, Josh Robbins, Rick Green. People I lean on a lot to guide me. And then I would be remiss if I didn't thank my business partner, Kelsey Cunningham, who very bravely decided to take a chance with me to start this little venture up at Brand of Eight. And she is, I couldn't do it without her. She has absolutely, completely continues to blow me away, kicks ass. And so I'm super thankful for her because I would not want to do this alone. So she contributes more than people realize, and I'm super thankful for that. What about you, Kirby?
Yeah, you hit.
And I'm sure I missed a bunch. That's the worst part. I'm sure I missed a million people.
Yeah, and you can, if you're listening,
Charity Gibson's, the Meg Erbers, and I'm.
Yeah. So if Bill missed anybody, you can blame this on me. I totally just dropped this on him. But in the interest of transparency, I do not have a list in front of me, so I'm going to do exactly what you did. So Mark Graham and Danny Rosen are the people who come to my mind right away. They're just, again, between you and those two, it's like if I have an idea or if I think of way off based on something, I generally like to run it by them. You mentioned Josh Robbins. That's a really good one. Candidly, I think like Catherine Graham had popped into my mind. Dana Zezzo was one of the people. Dana's been sort of and he hasn't meant to be, I don't think, a mentor to me, but he has been, which has been wonderful. And I guess I'm thankful for some of the people who are bringing up some more leadership in the industry. I had an opportunity recently to talk to Taylor Borst, who's young and upcoming in our industry, and she inspires me, and people like her do. So like you said, we're going to miss a bunch of people. But one of the things that, I love the folks that are kind of pushing the envelope, and I'm grateful for them, and I'm grateful what they're doing in the industry. And, Paul Bellantone, I guess we spent a whole episode on him last time, but the reality of it is I'm thankful for his service, and then just the PPAI board and their service, that whole group of people. So Promo Kitchen, again, we could throw out a bunch, and I appreciate all their
I'm going to add a few. I'm going to add a few specific ones that just pop in my head. And if any others pop into your head, we can wrap that up. Michelle Bell at ASI, I think the editorial staff that she leads over at ASI does such a fantastic job covering our industry, reporting on our industry. I'm really big fans of theirs. Sean Norris and Brendan Manapes over at Promo Marketing do a really great job helping. They don't realize how much they help this podcast because they find some of the quirky things that we talk about that I end up talking about. So I'm actually very thankful for them. And I'm just thankful for all the leadership in our industry, and I'm thankful that I'm in this industry. I know a lot of people feel theirs is the best industry. They're dumb. They're wrong. Their industries are stupid. Their industries are just, stupid, go away. Our industry is the best, and it's because of the people. And I this is one of those things I feel like I have left so many people out. Sorry.
But it's good. No, it's good. And at the end of the day, what I would say is if you are one of those people listening to this, and so David Schultz and Mandy Rudd pop into my head as people that I lean on.
See, now I feel bad.
No, don't feel bad. But name them in the comments, right?
Yeah.
People who, if you're listening to this podcast and there's someone who is sort of a rock star in your eyes, please, throw out Joanna Gottlieb's name and Kate Plummer. All those, again, put them in the comments below and tag them so that people know that they're making a difference.
I'm going to add one more and then we'll be done. Yeah. Nadav Raviv.
Oh, yeah.
He fires me up, man. That guy, I think I work hard. I think you work hard. And I think that guy puts both of us to shame combined. I mean, that guy
promo never sleeps, baby.
Promo never sleeps. I love that guy.
Cool.
All right, Kirby, let's talk about reimagining productivity in a pandemic.
Okay.
So this is an article I came across as I was searching for topics. And I thought this is kind of an interesting thing. I just kind of want to discuss these one by one and get your thoughts on them. So number one is focus on the outcomes of things rather than the numbers and hours. And I really like that because I think sometimes we focus so much on the outcome. We focus so much on the number of hours people put in a day and not the results that they do. I've always managed that way. Whether it's been salespeople, I've always said, I don't care if you play golf every day. If you're hitting your quota, play golf every day. Now we might need to look at your quota. Maybe it needs to be higher, but bottom line is if you're getting the things done you need to get done to help move this ball forward. It doesn't matter what you do or when you do it. I've always allowed people to work at times where it works best for them.
Yeah. I don't know that I've always been good at that. But I think that just because I work a lot, I think that's a curse of an entrepreneur sometimes is that you want people to work like you do. I think I've gotten, and I've gotten better about that. Yeah. I will say that this situation has, with several of our team members, a great example of this was yesterday. Emily had a issue, just a family thing she had to take care of, health. She's like, can I work from home? And she even was like, I'm not, I'm going to be doing this other thing. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And I was talking to my wife about it this morning. I'm like, Emily knocks out so much that I miss her at the office because we enjoy Joe's company, but man, she is productive wherever she is. So I agree with that. That's
I love that. So focus on the outcomes, not the numbers and hours. Concentrate on process goals, not outcome goals. And I love this. So instead of, for example, saying I have a goal of getting 5 new clients in a month, which is something completely really out of your control. Out of your control. Yeah. It's contact 10 prospects a week to get those 5 clients. I love that. So concentrate on process goals, not outcome goals.
Yeah, that's something I have talked a lot about in the past. It's lead goals versus lag goals, right? Yeah. And so, yes, I agree 100%.
Yeah. Here's one. Use your time, energy, and headspace strategically. So there's things called deep work, like working on a client proposal, working on a presentation, things like that. And shallow work would be responding to emails and things like that. So reserve that deep work for distraction-free periods. And that's a challenge as we all work from home. But I love that. I've never thought of it in those terms, deep work versus shallow work.
Yeah, there's a great book called Deep Work by Cal Newport, and it digs into the science behind that and why it matters. Super powerful. It's one of the ways that you and I have talked a lot about single tasking versus multitasking. Multitasking is a myth.
Yep.
Fight me. It's not. It's just.
No, I won't fight you on that.
Not you, but just it's funny how people push back on that. It's science. It's not.
Well, people can do it. They just suck at it. Everybody sucks at it.
That's right.
So no, I agree. I always look at it. When I can have distractions when I'm doing $20 an hour work. When I'm doing $500 an hour work, I need silence. I need to focus. Yeah. 2 more. Retain as many pre-pandemic habits as possible. And I think this is a challenging one. So most of us don't go into an office anymore, but I think creativity is really linked to feeling like yourself. So it's getting dressed every morning. It's making your bread. It's trying to work out or doing the things that your routine was before the pandemic.
Yeah. Again, having an intentional morning routine is one of my biggest
peeves
all the time. So I agree with that. Now I would say that my only caveat to that is allowing yourself grace that it is going to be different and just being intentional about that, right? Like you can't go to the hospital and get breakfast or whatever, but then build in a new thing that fills that so that you don't feel like you're missing it.
You know what? That wraps into the last one, which is wrap your personal wellness and social time around your idea of productivity. It's resetting your standards, right? Yeah. So don't think if you're not making as many meals from scratch because you're working, you've got a dog, you've got small kids or whatever, now you're working from home. Don't think that is like you're lowering your standards. You're not.
Yeah. So again, give yourself some grace because we are in a season and this too shall pass.
They will. All right. No, I thought that was just kind of an interesting,
super interesting
topic because we all have had to, whether we formalized it or not, really reimagine what productivity looks like due to the pandemic and due to us all mostly being at home. Yeah. All right, Kirby.
All right. I got one for you, and this might be a quick one. But I want your take on it. So I've noticed during this time that I've seen more and more people, they may have had side hustles in the past, but a lot of people in our promo industry seem to be announcing their side hustle a little bit more. Whether that's because they have more time, because the business isn't doing well, or whether it's just something they've always done and they're just being a little bit more out front about it. Right. I see a lot more people with side hustles in the promo industry. And I guess my question to you is that a good thing? I have an opinion, but I would love to hear yours.
So I'm going to answer your question, but I'm going to rephrase your question. Is it a good thing from my perspective, not knowing what their financial situation looks like?
Right. Right.
No, it's a horrible idea, to be honest with you. I think having a side hustle is good. Especially if it's necessary. I don't think you need to necessarily announce it.
Mhm.
I think especially if it has something to do that's radically different than the industry or doesn't tie into what you already do in the industry. As a customer, I suddenly think your attentions are very divided. So I don't want to hear about that. But again, look, a lot of people need side hustles now. I'm fully understanding of that, but I don't know if it needs to be broadcasted. But if it's a side hustle that feeds into,
if you want people to
well,
do it though, right?
but again, are you segmenting your audience? Are you talking to the right audience? You know, like I said, if I'm doing social media management for someone and I suddenly say, I'm now delivering for Uber Eats. Okay. Yep. If I was a social media client of that person, I'd be thinking, is my stuff going to get done like I think it should be? Is it going to be as creative as it was? I'm not saying it will or won't be. I'm just saying announcing that casts doubt a little bit. But overall, I'd say no to sharing, yes to having one, no to sharing.
Okay, so I brought this up because I figured we disagree, so I'm excited about this.
So we disagree?
I 100% think it's cool. And you please understand that I am a person who encourages all of my employees to start a business, have a side hustle of some part. I actually think that having a business, have an employee that has a business of their own, or at least has done it at some point, makes better employees. That's number one. Because I think they understand. They understand what a business owner is going through, the decisions they make. And
I agree with you there.
Okay. And then the other thing is, I think that a lot of times a side hustle is something that provides joy and is something that they're already passionate about. Right. And again, whether it's a side hustle. So where I'll push back on my own thing is like the brewery was a difficult thing for me because it wasn't a side hustle. It was another entire business that required my full and utmost attention.
Right.
I think that now, if a side hustle has synergy with the business that you're already doing, then it's just a division of the business, right?
Not necessarily.
Well, but it could be viewed as such. If you are a promotional products distributor and your new side hustle is to do engraving of something, that totally fits with what you're doing.
I have no issue with that. That feeds right into that is a similar lane.
Yeah. But I would even say that if it's something that provides you joy and fills you up, and then that you've become an expert at, and that you can provide value to people, I like it.
I'm not going to push back that hard on you. My only thing I would say is think about your customers and your target audience before you make that announcement, and try to put yourself in their shoes. And are they going to see this as, wow, that's a great thing that gives that person joy, that's giving them, that's a complimentary product? Or are they looking at that as possibly, wow, I can barely get that guy on the phone as it is. Now I'm never going to get him on the phone. Yeah. I think you just have to ask that question. I'm not saying not everything needs to be shared.
The only thing I would say about that though is if it's something you want to promote, you got to promote it. Like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like don't share it. Well, then it's not a side hustle.
Okay. Well, you can share it to an audience that would react to that. Yeah. If you're a promotional products distributor and suddenly you're fixing cars on the side, I might focus on my local area where cars break down as opposed to the promotional products Facebook page. That's all I'm saying is pick your audience a little bit.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's it. Nothing more. Nothing more.
Okay.
But you know what else I'm saying? You know what else I'm saying, Kirby?
What's that, Bill?
You know, it's wintertime, Kirby. And sometimes, I don't know about you, I get a little chilly in the wintertime. Wearing my flannel today, looking all fallish before we head to the Christmas
I get chilly.
I know. And that's why our promotional product of the week is something I know you're going to be so jealous, Kirby.
I probably am.
An oversized sweatshirt blanket.
Oh, yes.
This thing's awesome. I can't get a little bit of it here.
It's oversized, so there's no way you're going to get it in the screen.
It is not just sized, Kirby. It's oversized. It is the oversized sweatshirt blanket from Pro Towels. That's number SB-OS. Sweatshirt blanket oversized SBO, and it's so warm, man. So it feels like a sweatshirt, and it's like, you know, when you get those brand new sweatshirts and it's really soft on the inside, and this thing is ginormous. It is a blanket we all fight over in this house now. I'm now having it. I have it in here, so nobody else can have it. But I absolutely love this thing, and I just love. I have one. Look how big that imprint is, Kirby. It's enormous. It's enormous.
Yeah, we have one as well, and those things are beautiful. And again, it's one of those things. Perceived value is something I talk about with my customers all the time. That's one of those pieces that doesn't cost as much as the perceived value is, right? So I always love it when I can spend $5 on something and my customer thinks I've spent 15.
Absolutely.
That's the kind of thing that is.
Plus, when was the last time you threw away a nice blanket? Seriously. When was the last time? Don't care what logo's on it.
I can't think of it.
All right, Kirby. Quick service restaurants / fast food stepping up the merch game. All right. I don't know if you saw this. This will be on the cover of the podcast, so you can get a sense of what it looks like. But I know you're excited about this, Kirby. Arby's deep fried turkey pillow.
Oh God.
So Arby's unpatented, this is the description. So it's basically it's about the size of a 14-pound turkey and it fits over your head. It's an eye mask and a pillow all in one. Okay. And I'm going to read from the website here, and there's a website. It's arbysdeepfriedturkeypillow.com.
Sure.
I'm not kidding.
Why wouldn't it be?
Arby's unpatented deep fried turkey pillow is part stylish sleep mask, part cloud, and all your new favorite pillow. Here's how it works. Eat too much deep fried turkey from Arby's, put on your pillow, and fall asleep anywhere. It's like sleeping inside a turkey.
Dude, that is going to be like the best thing to give somebody once people can travel again.
Yeah.
Can you just see that on a plane?
So yeah. Oh yeah. You got to look at this thing. So it looks like a deep fried turkey. Like I said, it's $59.95. Unfortunately, they're out of stock right now because I was actually going to order you one. But I think the real question is, why do quick service and fast food restaurants seem to just kill it in the merchandise game? Whether it's Whataburger, they have a great collection. KFC always comes up with cool stuff, and Arby's now. Why does it seem like when it comes to really creative uses for retail, B2C promotional products, why is it the quick service restaurants that seem to just absolutely be destroying it?
Yeah.
I don't have an answer to the question, by the way. I'm actually asking you, why is that?
So I think a couple things pop in my mind. I think that they do branding better because they have to, because It's such a competitive field that like when you think of what Arby's is, I mean, like I immediately we have the meats, like they do branding really well. That's number one. Number two, I find that quick service restaurants, fast food restaurants, whatever you want to call them, they don't take themselves too seriously.
No.
So I find that they are willing to take some risks that end up being fun, that more conservative restaurants wouldn't do, and it's a shame. So those are my two thoughts.
I agree with you. I think most of them are have a good sense of humor, have good. They don't take themselves too seriously, except McDonald's. McDonald's to me seems very stuffy in comparison. Right. I mean, if you want a good laugh, check out the Wendy's Twitter account. Right. They will absolutely, they just destroy McDonald's and Burger King and Arby's and Five Guys, all of them. They do that.
But they picked a lane and they went all in on the brand.
And I love it. I absolutely love it. And I think the other thing is they intentionally, we talk about being intentional a lot on this podcast. They intentionally get younger voices and they listen to those younger voices.
Yeah.
What is funny? What do people want? What will get us attention?
Yeah.
How do people notice me in a very crowded marketplace? And so I just thought it was interesting.
Super good.
All right. You got one more?
I got one more. And this one, actually, I'm going to pull this up really quick. So Javier Melendez actually sent me this. And so I'm going to be pulling this up as we're talking. Okay. So he said that he said that he thought this would be a good topic, by the way, for us. So that's why I sent it. Said that Sherwin-Williams fired an employee because of TikTok videos.
Okay.
A college student behind a massively popular paint mixing TikTok page was fired from Sherwin-Williams. So he was literally doing viral, like legitimately viral videos. While he was working at Sherwin-Williams, they were going crazy. So like one of them I saw, he took blueberries, mixed them in, and showed the mixing of them with Sherwin-Williams paint, and they came out this really cool color. And Sherwin-Williams actually sort of used it against him and said, look, you're doing this on company time and you shouldn't be doing this. And so they fired him, despite the fact that he was saying, go to Sherwin-Williams, like get the paint. And then he actually reached out to their marketing team and said, hey, you should do this sort of thing. Like he was trying to actively involve them. And he apparently they couldn't get him to sort of return the call until the videos took off. And all of a sudden they came back and were very accusatory. Are you doing this, during company time and all this sort of thing? And it was like, man, we were just talking about conservative companies not taking young people's voices. I'm like, what a missed opportunity. So and that was exactly Javier's point.
Yeah. So not knowing what this person's job was.
Yep.
Okay. Not knowing if there was anything offensive. I'm just going to assume there's not, considering what you just told me.
Yeah. And I watched like 2 of the videos. They were literally mixing paint.
Okay. So if I'm Benjamin Moore, I'm hiring that guy immediately and giving him a good sized marketing job as the biggest middle finger to
that's a great idea.
To Sherwin-Williams, because just because he's doing it on company time. He's promoting your company on company time. and I don't care if he's in the mailroom,
dude, and he was an employee for a while.
Yeah.
He started last week. Okay. So he had been an employee.
Well, let's say he's not doing his job. Let's say his TikTok activities and marketing activities is resulting in him not doing his job, whatever it is, whether it's custodian or sales or whatever, or accounting. Yeah. Move him into marketing then. Find him a seat on the bus.
Yeah, he in the article, he said, look, I never did it when there were people in the store. I only did it when there was downtime, stuff like that. Now, again, you're hearing his side of the story in this BuzzFeed article, but assuming that any of that is true, good Lord.
Yeah, well, it's companies like Sherwin-Williams that are all pissed off why people aren't invested in their brand and that work for them. Yeah. Why don't people work harder? Why don't people stay late just because they love our brand? That's why, asshat. Because you're intentionally quashing creativity. Now, I'm on record saying I'm coming around a little bit, but I don't get TikTok other than for funny videos. It makes me laugh sometimes, but I think Javier Melendez, obviously, he's very tied into TikTok and kicks ass on. He does a great job on it. Yeah. But I mean, you're taking someone and punishing them for doing something on behalf of your company that's positive. Yeah. That is insanely short-sighted and dumb.
Well, and the thing about it is we're talking 2020, man. Yeah. Like I remember Dana Zezzo. We mentioned him earlier in the podcast. He was one of those early people going, like, when people in our industry, I mean, we're talking years ago.
Oh, yeah.
When they're like, well, what happens if they have their own Facebook account and they do this? Like Dana was like, tap into them. They're your best ambassadors.
Absolutely.
This is not a brand new concept.
No. And like I said, Benjamin Moore, I'm sure there's several representatives from Benjamin Moore, or maybe PPG. Maybe there's going to be a paint bidding war for the TikTok guy.
Glidden.
Glidden. There you go. Glidden. Better get into it. But seriously, that's just insanely cool.
Yeah.
And stupid.
Fun. And P.S. Javier, thanks for sending us that.
Thank you so much, Javier.
I love that topic. It was a good one.
Love when people send us topics. So if you have one, please send it to me or Kirby. Just tell us on Facebook. I'm not going to give out email addresses. All right, Kirby. I think we're ready for the party in the back. Sorry. It's look, I need to unplug. I'm ready to unplug. Yeah. Oh yeah. Cheers. That's a tasty malted beverage. All right, Kirby. Party in the back. It is a Thanksgiving special. Okay. I'm bringing back an original. That's right, kids. The original, often imitated but never duplicated, rapid fire for Kirby.
Okay, all right.
It is a themed rapid fire. Like I said, we have not done this in probably over a year. I can't remember last time I actually did a full-blown rapid fire. Kirby, I think you should let me go over the rules in case you forgot. I'm just going to give you 2 choices. There's no wrong answer. Just pick the first one that comes to your mind. You don't need to explain your answer because, again, nothing's wrong here, okay?
Okay. It's been so long, I needed that.
I'm sure you did. So let's start with, again, Thanksgiving themed. So why don't you get your mind right and let me know when you're ready to go. All right. You look like you're ready to go. Sit at the kids' table or sit at the adults' table?
I'm going to go kids' table.
All right. Eating time, closer to lunch or closer to dinner?
Now, see, this is where you get me every time. It's yes is the answer on that.
No.
I'll do closer to lunch at second lunch, and then first dinner at early dinner, and then late dinner at 7.
So I assume your day looks like breakfast, steak fest, brunch, lunch, dunch, dinner. Is that the way your day looks like? All
That's
right.
Thanksgiving and
All
football.
right, cool. And football. All right. Light meat or dark meat, Kirby?
Oh, I'm dark meat.
Good man. Best use of Thanksgiving leftovers, turkey sandwiches, or a complete second Thanksgiving meal?
Oh, complete second Thanksgiving meal.
All right. Cranberry sauce, canned or fresh?
Neither. Gross.
Yeah. Cranberry sauce, canned or fresh? I looked. Neither is not one of the choices.
I'm gonna go. I mean, because I don't like either. So which canned would be the easiest to throw out.
Okay. Jello shots or gravy shots?
Jello shots.
Okay. Mashed potatoes from a box
Oh no.
or sweet potato casserole?
Oh, gross. Mashed potatoes from a box, I guess.
Okay.
Ugh.
At the table, talk about politics or talk about the pandemic? I missed this. I have really, really, really missed this.
I'm gonna go pandemic, just because everybody agrees it sucks.
Okay. Live inside a pumpkin or live inside a turkey?
Oh, turkey.
Okay. You
Hells
want to
yes.
live inside a turkey? That's weird.
Dude, if the pumpkin's the other choice.
Drink a pumpkin spice latte
Okay.
or drink cinnamon scented melted candle wax?
That's a good. I'm gonna go pumpkin spice latte.
All right. Kirby, you can either have the head of a turkey, you'd still talk, but your head would be a turkey head, or you'd have the ass of a pumpkin, yes, with the stem.
At first, I thought I was eating these things.
Nope.
I'm going ass of a pumpkin for sure.
Okay. Eat with your hands forever, or have one hand be a fork and the other one be a knife for the rest of your life.
Eat with my hands forever.
Okay.
I actually really wish when by the way, like we go to Kentucky Fried Chicken or stuff, I wish people wouldn't look at me at all. I just.
Wow. Okay. Eat 5 pounds of stuffing or 5 pounds of pumpkin pie?
Ugh. I think I'll have 5 pounds of Christmas ale.
That's not the answer. All right. Pie, pumpkin or pecan?
Chocolate chip cookie.
Again, you're wrong.
Pumpkin, I guess. I don't like pie. I don't like
All right.
sweets.
Beverage at dinner, wine or beer?
I'm more of a beer guy, but I like both on that.
Okay.
There's no wrong answer for me.
Okay, fair enough. Watch the horrible 4-6 Lions or the horrible 3-7 Texans?
I'm going to go Lions. It's just a tradition of Thanksgiving.
Sadly, the Texans play the Lions tomorrow. You get to see both.
Okay, great.
Watch the horrible 3-7 Cowboys or the horrible 3-7 Washington football team?
There's Ohio State ties to Washington.
And to Dallas.
But I tend to watch Dallas just because I'm rooting for them because I know you like them.
Well, that's very nice. And unfortunately, you get to see both of them tomorrow as well.
I get it, but I'm just saying. I root for your team. That's the kind of friend I am.
Well, I root against Ohio State at every possible time I can. I wish.
Which has really helped you with Ezekiel Elliott on the team.
Well, I wish nothing but failure on the Buckeyes. But I tell you who I wish nothing but success for, and that'd be our good pals over at Promo Pulse. That's right, Jason Noakes. How about that for a professional level transition, folks?
It was a professional level transition until you pointed out that it was a professional level transition.
Oh, you're not supposed to do that?
No.
Oh, all right. Let me try that again. You know who I wish nothing but success for, Kirby? That'd be our good pals over at Promo Pulse. You know, they have such a fantastic app, short for application, lives on your phone, your telecommunications device, the one you have in your hand right now, the one you're using while you're driving when you shouldn't be, as you're going to go Black Friday shopping at Kohl's or Target or Walmart or whatever store you would go to. Maybe you won't go this year. And maybe I should stop rambling and get back to the client read. So, you know, it's a great place. It's a great place to search, save, and share. Say that 5 times after you've had a 7.5 alcohol by volume beer. A great place to save, share, and search, and share content from the entire industry in one spot.
Seashells by the seashore.
There you go. Ideas, inspiration, information, and like I said, free to use, free to download at Google Play, Apple App Store, or the iTunes App Store. And what I will tell you is they just had a great update. Everything's moving a lot faster. The entire search function's been overhauled, and they may just have a really, really cool announcement here very shortly. So stay tuned for that as Kirby shows us his iPhone XR.
XR. I don't even know what that is.
That's my phone. I have an XR.
No, I didn't know.
All right, Kirby, I think
XR
we're done.
existed. Okay.
You know what I'm thankful for?
What's that?
That this podcast is over.
I miss you.
I miss you.